Hey finance fam, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to uncover 5 things that you likely were not taught about money. And some of these things may even help you save extra cash. The first thing that you probably weren't taught about money may surprise you. Just because you have a last will and testament, which is a document that describes what you want to happen with your assets at your death, just because you have a will does not mean that you will avoid the court process of probate. Probate is basically where the court makes decisions on where your assets go. And you might be thinking, well, that's why I got a will. I got a will to avoid probate. Well, in some states, if your assets are small enough, then maybe you'll avoid probate and you'll be able to just go through a quick process. But that's a very low amount in many states. Most people that have assets, they have homes, they have brokerage accounts, they have bank accounts, they have cars, whatever it is that they have. Most people have too many assets and they will have to go through the court process of probate to have the courts read the will and administer the will accordingly. So you still, even though you have a will, have to deal with probate court, which sucks and it can be very expensive and it involves attorney fees. It involves all kinds of time and your assets being locked up. It's not a fun process. So, a lot of people don't realize that a will alone does not help you avoid that process. So, I could do a whole video elaborating on this more, but for the scope of this video, just know you can talk to an estate attorney to solve this problem with trusts. And let's move on to number 2. The second thing you probably weren't taught about money is that if you live in your primary residence, your home is your primary residence for at least 2 out of 5 years, you may qualify for $250,000 of capital gains that are tax free. You can see straight on the IRS's website. It is section 121 of the tax code. And if you have a capital gain from the sale of your main home, you may qualify to exclude up to $250,000 of that gain from your income, or up to $500,000 of that gain if you file a joint tax return with a spouse. So, this is a nice little secret that a lot of people don't even realize exists. If it's your primary residence and you sell it and you're in it for a long enough time and meet the qualifications, this leads to a lot of tax-free gains if you do end up selling your home later. The third thing that you probably weren't taught about money is that if you are a business owner or a freelancer and you create an LLC, creating an LLC for your business does not equate to automatic tax savings. This is a huge misconception. A lot of people assume, oh, I started an LLC. I have all these, tax benefits and tax savings from starting the LLC. No, that's not true. The LLC is going to be taxed as a sole proprietor, which basically means that you're taxed 15.3%, unless the only way an LLC will change your tax situation significantly is if you elect for that LLC to be taxed as an S corporation. That is the main way that having an LLC will be tax advantageous. So, to recap that, if you are a business owner and you start an LLC, that does not automatically equate to your tax situation being any different than if you didn't have the LLC. You're a sole proprietor either way, if you have an LLC or not. Now, what will change that is if you elect for your LLC to be taxed as an S corporation. And there are tax benefits to doing this, but you need to have a certain amount of profitability in your business for it to make any sense. That's another one I could probably do a whole video on. The fourth thing that you probably weren't taught about money is that if you want to contribute to a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, there are actually income limitations that you have to deal with. Not just anybody can contribute to these and assume that they're going to get a tax deduction, or in the case of a Roth, they're going to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA. This catches a lot of people off guard. It surprises a lot of people. I know people that make a lot of money that have contributed to Roths only to learn later that they made ineligible contributions. So you probably were not taught about this. I talk about this a ton in my videos on my YouTube channel. I've mentioned it in many different places. I teach it in my mentoring program. But basically, in a nutshell, for a traditional IRA, there are income limits to be able to deduct. And for a Roth IRA, there are income limits to be able to contribute. So don't get stuck in that trap and learn the rules. The fifth thing that a lot of people don't know about money is throughout your working life, you pay a Medicare tax that's included in your payroll taxes. So if you're employed, your employer pays half of 2.9% and you pay the other half of the 2.9%. It equals 2.9% in total. If you are self-employed, you pay the full 2.9% because you're self-employed. So you're the employer and the employee. So all of our working lives, we're paying this 2.9% or maybe half of 2.9% if you're employed. And we're paying this towards Medicare. And when we turn 65 and actually have the eligibility to get Medicare, we have to pay for it. And you can see that here. Basically, how much you're going to pay for your Medicare premiums depends on how much money you're going to be making in retirement. Another reason to do very good planning. But we have to pay. We have to pay a premium every single month for our Medicare. So this is something that a lot of people actually have no idea is a thing. So this is something that you actually can start preparing for now while you're younger, knowing that when you are older and in your retirement years, you will have this expense and it's only going to go up with inflation. So get started preparing for that. Okay, finance fam, I'm curious, which of these 5 things did you not know? Did I teach you something new today? Let me know in the comments below. And if any of these things sparked your interest and you want to hear more about them, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a video just on that specific topic. All right? If you like this video, please hit the like button for me, please. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to teach you how to manage your money the best way possible, like a professional. And I will see you in the next video.